Yo. And I'm not gonna do it this time. What up, y'all? Fucking this thing here. Yo, what up? What up, people? Who you got? The Mr. Natic215. We gotta
start numbering these things.
Nah,
we don't. Nah, because they're just independent lists.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mr. Natic215 and the CEO. Who you got? Back with another one. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Natic, how you doing, sir?
Oh man, this is one of the toughest lists to like narrow. It was easy to fill the list, but it was hard to like Tetris everything into the perspective slots. But I'm confident in my list. Okay, I'm confident in my list. That's all I'm gonna say.
I would say everything that's on the list deserves to be here. The hardest part was actually numbering them.
Yeah.
But I digress. All right, sir. I started off last time. Please.
All right, I got to bring it back. I clicked out of the window.
This, bro.
No. Wait, hold on.
I ain't editing none of this shit. Y'all getting behind the scenes.
No. Don't edit anything. Yo, I'm scrambling right now.
Oh, shit.
Where the fuck did that window go?
Oh my God, Jalen Hurts. Jesus
oh my God,
Christ.
dude. I'm out here like a fucking grandma, man.
This nigga about to call in a grandbaby, dude. Hey, tell me how to use this phone.
Yo, you ever watch like an older person, like your parent or something, put in their password on the TV? It's the most infuriating thing ever. All right, back to the list. I got the list pulled back up. I don't know why that app closed. All right, number 5. So, did we say what we were doing?
Oh, no. Top 5 HBO shows of all time.
Yes. And these are HBO's been putting out hits since the late 80s. So, thanks. I mean, you got decades and decades and decades of stuff, and it's hard to narrow it down to just 5, but I think I did the 5 shows that I've enjoyed the most, watched the most, and can continue to watch to this day. All right, number 5. Top 5 HBO shows. It is The Life and Times of Tim. Yeah. It was written by the dude that made, remember those old Budweiser commercials? The Budweiser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Named Steve Del Darien. He's a fucking, but this show is Life and Times of 10. It's all like dry ass humor. This guy just works at a corporation, nameless corporation, and everyone around him, he just makes the dumbest decisions. And it's just so dry comedy funny. If you like The Office, things like that, this is funny as shit. And I've watched this. It's only 3 seasons, 10 episodes each. I've watched them easily a dozen times.
Oh, okay. I've just pulled this. I've never heard of this, bro. I'm not even going to.
Watch an episode. I swear to God, you're going to be dying.
All right, fair enough. I literally have nothing to say about this because I have never seen it. Like the Times of Tim. All right. And it's an animated comedy, basically.
Yeah. Crude animation, like the old Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm definitely going to watch that.
It's simple, but the simple art style means the writing is strong. The writing is very strong.
Yeah, you don't get that type of flavor anymore in this PC era. So you said Beavis and Butthead, I was like, yeah, I definitely gotta watch that shit.
Yeah, it's crude. It's fun. It's funny as hell.
All right, say less. I'm definitely gonna watch that joint. All right, my number 5. And I almost forgot about it. So I literally, I can't even talk today. Literally changed this list at the last second. And it's Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That is a show.
That is the show on HBO, and it was a series.
Damn. I didn't even think of that. Damn.
Martin at his comedic best as the host.
Yeah.
It gave us so many classic stand-up moments. Also, everybody, probably 90% of the people that went on that show is famous in some capacity, even today.
Yeah,
That's what Bernie Mac got his start. That's what Chris Tucker got his
Chris
start.
Tucker.
Dave Chappelle got his start. Like, yeah, and it was like one of those. It was so popular they actually referenced the show on Seinfeld because it was taking viewership away from Seinfeld because it was a new brand of out of the box comedy that just like hits you in the gut type of laughter.
They had the best like black comedians in the country. D.L. Hughley, Mike Epps, Adele Givens. Joe Torre was a beast on stage. And then he was a corny dude in his movies, but Joe Torre was a funny ass stand-up.
Oh yeah, he was, bruh.
Wow, Steve Harvey, Cedric, Bruce, Bill Bellamy, yeah, Dion Cole, dude, legends went through there, man. That's wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like if y'all, like if you grew up in the around like the early to late '90s, no, excuse me, early '90s, you definitely know about Def Comedy Jam. It's classic. It is a superior comedic type of show for a reason. It stood the test of time. Like we still watch that show sometimes. It's that funny.
And that was the big time because like a lot of like Southern comics, like Cedric, Steve, like they play what's called the Chitlin circuit. You just do like all the black clubs. But this was like it introduced you to HBO, national audience. Everybody got to see what they didn't have to go to fucking Tupelo, Mississippi to see you perform in some like corner spot.
Yeah, because before this it was like Johnny Carson and Jay Leno.
And Martin wasn't getting on.
Yeah, they wasn't letting that nigga on Johnny Carson. They wasn't letting him on Jay Leno. So Def Comedy Jam actually gave black comedians a start that they deserve. That actually push forward the movement of black comedy on a national stage, and that's why I had to put it up there. I almost forgot about it. Somebody has to give this show their flowers, and this is a perfect time to do it on this list.
Damn, yeah, that's a good. Damn,
yeah, I know, right?
Dude, I'm just looking at the quick list of like, dude, some more Chappelle, Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Cheryl Underwood, Eddie Griffin, Bill Bellamy, Leslie Jones, Tracy Morgan, DL. Like this is like some of the best black comedians ever.
If you see those names on a comedy tour right now, you are buying tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yes. Cheryl Underwood used to be funny as shit. Then she got on that talk TV show and they kind of like
they had to
chill out.
Yeah, they watered her down.
Daytime TV. But Cheryl will curse you the fuck out, man.
Oh, Cheryl. Some more? She was so nasty on that bruh, but she was hilarious, bruh. She was mad nasty on that show.
They did a quote from her. Women should get married when they're younger, just so your bridesmaids can look better. Try having a wedding later in life. You'll be going down the aisle followed by 4 or 5 baked potatoes. You get the pictures back and be like, God damn, y'all fucked up my pictures. I know I did her joke no justice reading it like that, but that's just a crazy concept to think how selfish you are to want to get married at like 21 just because your girls are going to be better looking than they would be at 40.
I respect it.
That's a genius set, man.
I respect it. You don't want no sack potatoes in your wedding photos, bro.
Damn, that's a fucking good ass joke, man. I'm gonna have to listen to some of her shit today.
And, all right, and most of these shows, since it's HBO, is probably you can watch them on HBO Max if you got that.
Yeah, if you got Max, you should. Or yeah, I think they usually keep everything. There's only a few things they don't keep on the site. It's probably for like contract shit, but you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's worth finding it.
Facts.
All right, damn, that's such a good number 5. All right, number 4. Top 5 HBO series. I picked The Yard.
Mm.
It's a 6-part series, a half hour, but it's like The Mob, but it all takes place in like a school ground. I think it's either British or Australian, but the kids are like making deals with like juice boxes and stuff, rival schoolyards. They're like at like gangs and stuff. I think it's Canada. Okay, dude, it's only 6 episodes. It's worth watching, but it never got put on HBO like mainstream here. So I don't know why.
Mm.
I don't know why HBO never played in America, because this shit was fucking legit. It was like Oz, but with kids.
See, I knew you was gonna do that shit. You even even with HBO, you find the most obscure fucking shows that nobody ever heard of, and now I have to go watch this shit.
Go watch the shit. It's not obscure, trust me. It's
Bruh,
on Prime Video.
No, I literally watch like almost everything HBO puts out.
Well, this came out HBO Canada, so
see,
I'm universal, man. I'll watch anything from anywhere. I know what's going on in Botswana right now. I'm looking at the weather right as we speak.
This nigga definitely seen the the fucking Def Comedy Jam version of Botswana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. So The Yard. I'll give it. I'll check it out.
Just watch one episode. I guarantee you, after you watch one episode, you'll be good. You'll be like, fuck, this is legit.
All right, bet. All right, so now we at number 4. All right. So this may be, I just called your shit obscure. This might be obscure to some folks too. Because it was only had 3 seasons, but very good show, ahead of its time. How to Make It in America.
Yo, that's a great show.
This show, it had Pachanga in it from Carlito's Way. It had basically let me give y'all the brief summary for those watching. The dude played Pachanga, the one that set up Carlito in Carlito's Way.
Wait, who is he in this?
He's the dude that owned Rasta Monster.
Oh, Luis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's essentially is showing the rise of two well, they wasn't even successful. 2 hustlers trying to break into the fashion world, and they was doing odd jobs and schemes to build up money to actually pay for I forgot, with like tapestries and shit, like fabrics. I mean,
yeah,
to break into the art world, they designers. It was definitely ahead of its time. It was so New York. It was so Northeast. If you like dramas, like dramatic comedies that actually show like the struggles of people and the pitfalls they try to overcome, this is definitely the show to watch. Super underrated. Never got no love. I'm mad it got canceled after like I think it was the second season. Yes, because it ended on a cliffhanger. And I hate when studios do that. Like, you make a good show, but you don't never give it the support it needs to actually be successful. Because there's a lot of bullshit shows that go on for 7 seasons, and I don't even know about them until after they have.
Fucking Bachelor still on.
Who is financing this shit, bro? Who watches The Bachelor?
How is that show still on TV, man?
Oh my god,
dumb.
Bunch of damn thirsty bitches fighting for the love and affection of some bum ass dude that ain't got no job. Like he's a gardener or some shit. No disrespect to gardeners, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know they bust their ass. But my friend brought up, she was like, you understand that if this relationship was to take off, you can never live up to those dates you were having on the show. You ain't taking a helicopter to go get fucking lobster when you live in Poughkeepsie, New Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. They
set you up with all this glorious shit. And dude, if you're a fucking, I don't care what you do. You could be a fucking trash man. You could be a teacher. You could be a history professor. You don't make the money you need to maintain
that extravagant lifestyle and shit.
You're not taking a fucking jet ski somewhere.
Fucking Justin is not flying you out to Cancun for the weekend on a cop salary unless he's crooked.
And even then, he'd be an idiot to do that because he's causing too much attention to himself.
Exactly. And you definitely ain't wait for him for 10 years while he's getting raped in the ass. You know what they do to police in the joint.
Yeah, that's one of the best descriptions I heard of that show. That you're going to be disappointing each other immediately.
Oh my god, I can't.
But How to Make It in America, Kid Cudi. That's the first time I ever saw Kid Cudi act.
I forgot. He was in there too. Yeah.
He was the dude, the weed salesman. Mm-hmm. There was the chick he used to date on and off. That's not Blake Lively. I don't know. She got a big mouth. And his homie, the Puerto Rican dude.
Yeah,
he was cool too.
That was Pachanga's little cousin and shit.
Yeah, because he was always trying to get him to get money. Yo, co-sign this 100%. Please go watch that show. It's only like 20 episodes, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 22 all put together. But yeah, dude, it's 2 short seasons.
It captures like gritty New York, and it captures that like hipster New York too, because they're mixing in between both worlds because they're hood dudes, but they're not hood. They're corny dudes, so they mix in all these different circles.
But they got that hustle in them. That's why I appreciate this show.
Yeah,
look, like I said, the homie Natic co-signed it. Look, man, it's super underrated. Y'all, give it a chance. Long story short, I'm not even gonna procrastinate any longer. Just give the show a chance. You'll very much enjoy it.
HBO, we big up in your shows. You shouldn't have canceled that.
Facts.
Sponsorship. If you want us to advertise, I'll say whatever you want me to say. I swear.
Tell me next.
Okay. My third on the list for the top 5 HBO shows of all time. Well, my top 5 of all time. Ali G.
Oh, I like this show.
The first time I ever saw that, I was in college.
Pretty good show.
We were at the fucking the house just watching. We had this giant bong, and we were smoking and watching Ali G. It was my first time ever seeing it, bro. I was dying laughing. I was like, this fucking fake ass Jamaican is so goddamn funny. And then Borat was funny as shit. And then Bruno was funny as shit. Like they would just he was making people do things that they normally wouldn't do. He was making everybody so uncomfortable. Those loud ass sweatsuits. Like
he was
those sweatsuits were insane.
He was definitely ahead of his time because he like serious satire.
I was looking to see if I still had it. I do have it somewhere in here. But yeah, I went out and bought that joint the next day.
Like serious satire. Like that that shit was hilarious. Like Borat, he killed Borat. Yeah. Borat was super funny. And the what's the last the Dictator? Is that the name of it?
The Dictator was the one with the when he came from a different he was claiming like diplomatic immunity or something. Oh my God. That wasn't one of the Ali G characters, but it was one of his like in-betweens. And then he made a new series with Who's America, and that's when he created a whole bunch of newer characters. Some Israeli army guy. They got some politician to scream nigger.
Wow.
It was he was like, I was just scared. He said, how can you attract the crowd? You don't say fire. You got to say the most awful word in the English language, and it's the N word. And the dude's just running around, like pointing and like shooing and stuff. Dude, it's over. I forgot the name. It was Jason something. Sacha Baron Cohen is a fucking genius, a comedic genius. Ali G, number 3. Best HBO show.
I can't argue that. That show was funny though. All right. Moving through this list rather quick. All right. So my number 3 is probably one of the best series HBO ever put out. Disclaimer, the last season was super garbage. I don't care what anybody say, except for like one episode.
I know what it is.
And that is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is probably one of my favorite series HBO put out because usually I like movies based in like history, whether it's medieval times, the Dark Ages, stuff like that. I'll give a show a chance if it has those type of themes. Just historical period altogether. The fact that like towards the end of the season, it just totally switches into fantasy when she burned herself at the stake and she came out with 3 dragons. Then I was like, oh, I'm invested.
It's yo, I didn't watch the show, but thank you though.
You never watched the show?
No, I saw like the first season.
That's the first season though. That's
okay.
That's literally the end of the first season.
I don't remember any of it.
Oh wow, bro.
It's been so long. I watched like 3 episodes of the first season. I just never went back.
Okay, so
I saw some wedding thing. That's it.
Oh, the red wedding.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode?
Some of it. I just remember like
I'll shut up.
Gist of it. No, I mean I don't want to take you away from explaining your list,
bro. That's literally one of the most famous scenes in that series. Yeah, it's the red wedding.
That's what the thing everybody talks about. So I just watched it.
Oh my god, broke my heart, bro. Broke my heart. It was so dirty. Oh my god. But that series in its entirety, except for the last season, well, actually the last 2 seasons, I'll say that.
Yeah, much. I heard there was like some writing shit going on. Like they had like a lot of writers left, and then it was just like the dregs of society trying to figure out how to put it together.
Yeah, something like that. But it not even because the actual the TV show skewed away. Like far from the books apparently, and
because the books didn't exist anymore. Like he only wrote like a certain amount of books, and the TV show further ahead than the books.
Yeah, and they didn't want to wait for him to finish the novels, so they went ahead and tried to make up their own shit, which they messed up. So now it was like, but now the new series, I haven't even watched that yet. The
House of Dragons.
Yeah, I didn't watch that yet. Yes, that's the prequel, like 10,000 years in the past before the setting of Game of Thrones. So I can't really explain that one because I haven't given it a try yet. But I heard it was good. I might give it a try. But I digress. Game of Thrones, the first 3 seasons, probably the only 3 seasons you need to watch. Maybe 4 because then at least for Arya Stark's arc in the show, because she went from like being like a afraid little maiden to now she you cannot fuck with her. Like she is something serious. But then the last season I would just avoid it except for one episode, but I don't want to really say if you haven't watched it, I don't want to spoil it for you. So it's just there's literally one episode for the last season that was like the best episode. And even then I was still upset because the build up led to nothing. It literally led to nothing because we wanted to see one thing happen throughout the entire course of that series, and it never happened. And it just whatever. You see, I get upset.
Oh man, yeah, I have a friend that's like that. You tell her like, "Yo, those people over there saying the last season of Game of Thrones was great." She will probably fight them like that. Because she was a fan of the books. So
nobody would say the last season was great. Unless they on drugs.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably why she would fight him, because she is the book version is great. First season great, second season you can only do so much, man. And they milk that too much. It should have been one of those series that they go to, leave it alone for like 3-4 years, go to, leave it alone. But it was so popular and people loved it. Money, man. That money calling.
Yeah, that's all that happened. Greed F that show up. So I digress. But yeah, that's my number 3.
Damn. All right. Number 2. Top 5 HBO shows. This show never won an award. It's a cult classic. It's probably considered one of the top shows of all time. We're talking about David Simon's The Wire at number 2. You don't like The Wire?
Yo, you watch to have me reach through the damn computer. Number 2?
Yes.
Number 2.
Yes.
Your number one better be ill. That's all I'm going to say.
It's
That's
going to be
all I'm going to
my number
say.
one is ill. My number one is ill.
All right, all right. If it's some bullshit I never heard of before, I'm just stopping the recording right now. I'm just letting you know that shit. But
Okay.
explain your point. Explain, please.
No, it's I just did like a recap of the seasons because I was going to watch it again, but I need like the motivation to like sit down for 5 seasons worth of show. Yo, just like there's no good guys and there's no bad guys. It's people just existing and trying to do their job, and like it's amazing. The cops, Lester Freeman, awesome. He's my favorite cop guy. I do like Bunk because he's just the guy that's like, this is bullshit, but I'm just going to do my job. Clay Davis, the greatest corrupt, and he's, of course, he's a black senator too, man. They're the corrupt as shit. Isaiah, I think his name's Isaiah H. Washington or something. And as far as like gangsters, Slim Charles, that's my man. That dude's cool as shit. Yeah, it's like so many just different characters you like. And Snoop is the shit. I love Snoop. Great. She's part of probably the best scene in that entire show. Shit, I done seen a 22 drive a nigga plenty of days. Dude, and she's buying a fucking nail gun, and the guy just talking to her like, yeah, you got to get out there and do some jobs, blah, blah. And he's talking to the most ruthless killer in Baltimore.
Yeah. Only reason I'm quiet while you're talking is I'm just still in distraught. Like number 2, that hurt my soul. That really hurt my soul.
Number 1 is.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's your number 2? Go ahead and pick something. So I can act the same.
My number 2, I can't remember if it won awards or not, but it's probably one of the funniest series showing the rise of independent, actor from the indie stage into mega stardom. HBO's Entourage. He put mad extra sauce on shit. It's the Vinny Chase Turtle, fucking Eric, fucking Ari Gold. Ari Gold was hilarious. Johnny Drama.
Yeah, Johnny Drama.
That show is like definitely like a repeat. Like it has to be on repeat because it's definitely a good show. Mad cameos, mad funny. Never had a bad season. I don't think it's any shows that had like that show. I mean, never had like a bad season. Like it's skippable. Some people say season 2 of The Wire was skippable. I digress. It wasn't. It was probably one of the most important seasons if you look at in retrospect. But that show is definitely like I never missed it. I always like I don't care what I was doing that Sunday. I had to be home in time to watch Entourage. And this is before like DVRs and shit was invented. So that's why it's like one of my favorite shows on HBO of all time.
I agree. Damn. Yeah, that was just showed you. Fun fact: Ari is based off of there's a shitty ass politician in Chicago, Rahm Emanuel. His brother is an agent. His name might be Ari Emanuel in Hollywood. The character of him, Ari, was based off of Rahm Emanuel's brother, who's supposed to be an exact dickhead, just like this guy.
Damn. He was like an asshole. So did he go through like a office with a paintball gun firing people too?
I don't know if he did that, but he was.
That shit was hilarious.
Shit. Dude, Ari's office was a fucking a crazy place. He'd have been so fired at the way he talked to Lloyd, his assistant. Lloyd was such a nice guy, but he was so fucking mean to Lloyd. But he did like actually care about Lloyd, because if you watch the show, there are times where he shows up for Lloyd, like when Lloyd needs him.
See, you can't make that show now. Like you
No.
definitely can't make that show.
I mean, you could, but Ari would have to be constantly punished by something.
Not even punished. Like I don't think the FTC will allow something to be aired like that with the woke movement happening. Like
So much sex, so much just dirty talk. Yeah, fuck it, make the shows. I don't want to hear any people can't make shows anymore. Let's just make the shows.
Yeah, let the creators be creative.
Man, I'm gonna say it again. The Bachelor's still on. Anything could be fucking made.
That is the stupidest fucking
All right,
show.
I'm gonna move on to my number one. But let me comment on your number two. Season 2 of The Wire is the most important season of The Wire. There's no coca fields in Baltimore. So the cocaine is coming from somewhere. There's no gun manufacturing place in Baltimore. The guns are coming from somewhere. These people are just dealing with what is being dropped in their laps, and they're making the best of a situation. They're not processing drugs. They're just selling the end product. That's why season 2 is the most important.
Exactly.
The shit got to get here somehow. It ain't Baltimore dudes growing fucking coca leaves in their basement.
Not that I know of.
You need so much coca leaves to make like a brick of cocaine.
Allegedly.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say allegedly. I got Nat Geo specials to back me up. I don't know personally, but I've watched Nat Geo. All right. Number one, top 5 HBO shows of all time. This show means a lot to me just because of how it's structured, and it's a lot of it's improv. So my number one is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh my god. I forgot about that shit.
With Larry David.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that shit.
Dude, Larry David's a funny ass motherfucker. And then when he got JB Smoove in there,
that shit just made it funnier, bro.
Like him and JB Smoove together. Just some old Jewish dude and a fucking loudmouth black guy together, and they make the best comedy. Because they're always arguing with each other over something stupid. He
said, "I see it shit was trending on IG." He said, "You like your hue?" It's like, what you mean? Like you like your hue? Like, yeah, I love my hue. Like I'm like a dark mocha chocolate. Like I hate my hue. Like nah. You like cream of wheat. Like a bland vanilla pastry. I'm like, what the fuck?
And they make up all that shit on the spot. They just come up with the outline and they just fill shit in.
Oh my god! He passed through somebody with one of those selfie sticks and fucking Larry David took that shit, broke it in half, and handed it back to dude. That shit was hilarious.
It's watch the between the 9th and 10th season. There was a bunch of time, but the 10th season is kind of independent. I encourage you to watch it. I think that's the Spite season where he feels wronged at a coffee shop, so he buys the property next door just to open up a coffee shop to fuck with the guy who only a multimillionaire has the time and energy to buy a store next to you just to spite you.
That's fucked up.
But it's a funny ass concept. It's so petty. It's fucking hilarious.
Damn, I got it. Yeah, I gotta give it a chance. I never get because I knew he was originally the writer from Seinfeld. Yeah. And when he left, like the show really like kind of like the comedy wasn't hitting like it usually did. So I did watch I think I watched the first season probably, and I just went away from it, lost interest. But I keep hitting. Every time I see like an IG reel and I see that shit, be some funny shit. So I definitely have to give it a chance. All right, my number one, which should be on everybody's list, is HBO's The Wire. I can't believe that shit was number 2 for you. For one, it shows Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell like just fucking owning Baltimore at this point. Season 2, like you said, showed the transportation of drugs into community. Season 3 is the Hoppers. They show like how the school to prison pipeline is. Season 4 is the newspaper aspect of it, and then season 5 is a combination of they got into politics, but then they left. No, excuse me. it was more so politics, school, and the younger generation coming up because now you see Marlo becoming the man, but then he just basically like he had the boys on him, so like all that shit got disrupted. Like it has classic characters, classic dialogue. It's people. The reason why people didn't give it its flowers at the time because it was so authentic, so real. They actually had the drug dealer that was based on the show playing the preacher.
Hmm. I didn't know that.
Little the when Stringer was in the bando house with Marlo, he said, "Yeah, everybody wanted to be the king." Little Melvin Williams was the preacher.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember that
Who
part.
till this day had sold more heroin in the city of Baltimore than anybody else living. So it's like these are like they actually pull people from that community to play at to keep it as authentic as possible. That's why I appreciate the show. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like Slim Charles, old girl, the damn, you just said her name, the one that was bonded 22,
Snoop.
Snoop. She was really like, you know what I'm saying, in the streets doing dumb shit.
Oh, Snoop was yeah, she was
Yeah,
really a gangster.
yeah. Um, oh my god, bro, like that show is just so. Like me and my wife literally probably once a year at least go through season one all over again, just watching it. Like I cannot get tired of that show. The cops gotta have mad respect for the cops. They did their job. It was only like one crooked one. Fun fact: in the whole series, a drug dealer and a police never killed each other.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not many
Because they were
people.
doing police work.
Yeah, like
They
people.
weren't running and gunning.
Yeah, people would assume like the police was like shooting like all the drug dealers and shit. Like, no, they never killed somebody, and vice versa. They respected the game. Police go to police, hustlers go to be hustlers, and there was a respect there. So I that's why like The Wire is probably the best crime drama ever created. So no matter like I don't care what it is, it could be The Shield, Breaking Bad, uh, Power, all these also rans, these upstarts, these wannabes, they cannot compare to the realness of The Wire, and that's why it's number one.
Yeah. They had some of the best like dialogue. David Simon, I put him up there with Aaron Sorkin for like greatest like
Mm.
conversation writer, and Tarantino too. Tarantino writes good conversations. Like when uh fucking Stringer gets ripped off by Clay Davis, and
Mm.
he tells Slim Charles, he's like, "Yo, you gotta go kill him." He's like, "Nah, I don't know, String." He's like, "Yo, you forget who you work for?" And Avon just comes out the back like, "Hey, yo, nah, Slim Charles gonna have to sit this one out, boss." Like, dude, like Avon was just so cool about it. And he just told him, "What I tell you about playing those away games?" It's like they saw
Mm.
you coming. Like, dude, that is you
That's
always get
real.
fucked up in somebody else's territory trying to do your thing. Like,
Nah, the one I remember better than that is when D'Angelo Barksdale, Bodie, and the two hoppers, right? They were sitting on the orange couch in the low rises, and they was playing checkers with chess pieces, and then they broke each chess piece down to like, okay, the king, he has no moves, you know what I'm saying, but he controls everything. Oh, like your uncle, the queen. That's the main bitch. She can go anywhere she want, as far as she want. Oh, like Stringer. They broke it down like that.
mhm.
And he said at the end, he said, well, when do I become the king? By moving the pawn across the board. He's like, nah, man. In the game, pawns they get out quick. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit. Now if you a smart ass pawn, I was like, damn, that's tough. That's tough, bro. That's tough. R.I.P. Bodie Brodus, man. I was so mad he got killed. I was so
Dude,
mad.
it was poetry.
Facts.
Like these like it was like Shakespearean the way these characters were conversing with each other and just building dialogue. And dude, The Wire has some of the you know what? I got to go back and watch that show. It just showed it like it realistically depicts society. Like in this show, like the police station and like most like CSI, fucking Miami Vice, all that shit. The police stations look like fucking MIT lobby. Like they look amazing. Like you're in there, you're like, whoa, look, there's a criminal and I'm moving the board all over.
Everything's
But in
shiny and shit.
a real police station looks like a fucking closet. It's just a desk and basic computers and papers everywhere. It's not fancy. And these people are just working in the basement and just trying to catch Avon Barksdale. I also know somebody that was on The Wire.
Like on the TV show or on like the police wire in a roundup?
Brian Anthony Wilson. Ball. We called him Ball. I never called him Ball. I just called him when I first met him. He was in my improv group. He was just doing improv to build up shit for like stage presence and stuff. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And all I wanted to do was talk about The Wire. Like I got on his nerves so bad the first day I met him. I was like, so what was it like? What's McNulty like in real life? It's like, is he cool? He's like, yeah, he's like British or something. I'm like, cool. How about what like Stringer's like? He's like, he's British too. I'm like, yeah, cool. Oh, Wire, right?
Oh, we forgot the most important character. Hey, yo.
Oh, Omar, rest in peace. Michael K. Williams.
Omar coming.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Michael K. Williams, man.
R.I.P. bro.
He's bro. Like the neighborhood feared this man, but the thing is, the neighborhood didn't fear him. Drug dealers feared him. He said he never put a gun to a working man. So he won't hurt you if you're not drug dealing.
And if he said, I respect the game. If you ain't in the game, I don't mess with you.
Yeah. So like we'd have no problem with Omar. You only have problems with Omar if you slinging.
That nigga was on the stand and said, "What you do for a living, sir?" "I rob drug dealers."
Is that when he had the tie? They say he had to wear a tie. He just had on a shirt and just the tie sitting over top of it.
Said I rob drug dealers. Shit. Yo, shout out to The Wire, man. God, one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again now, man. Just like every character was so well built, and you felt like you had a relationship with them.
Mm. Man, good show, man. Good show, bro. Honorable mentions, man. We gotta end it on a high note.
All right, my honorable mentions are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oz. That's what happens when someone fucking stabs you in the fucking neck. That's how the show started off. That was a great show.
Facts.
I think we had just got cable when that came out.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long ago that was, but my parents I begged and begged and begged for them to get cable just so I can watch like HBO shows and talk about it in school. My second honorable mention, Flight of the Conchords, which was a funny ass show. These guys were hilarious. Honorable mention, How to Make It in America. We already talked about that. That's on your list. That is one. It's a great show with great hustle. Not too gratuitous. It's just a good like show. The writing's good and gives you like a real glimpse of New York that you won't see on TV shows. It's not all glitzy New York. You get to see the hoods.
Yeah, that's the real New York, not that Friends bullshit.
Yeah, you get to see the people that make New York run.
Facts.
And my last honorable mention is Generation Kill. It was about the Marine Battalion in the Gulf War, I think. It had the cast in it was crazy, and it had the dude from How to Make It in America, John Huertas. He was the main character's friend. Yeah, he was in Generation Kill. He was a sergeant. Dude, they had Iggy from season 2 of The Wire. He was in it. He was Corporal. Dude, Alexander Skarsgård was in it. A lot of like real shit was going on. Dude, this is probably one of the best like military shows I've seen, because military people have said it's an accurate representation of what it was. HBO doesn't really fantasize shit so much. Like if they make a fucking war show, they're getting input from people that have been in the shit.
Yeah, it's super
Yeah.
grounded. It's realistic.
Yeah, they're not just going to some fucking that graduate from Northwestern. Like, hey, I got a writing degree. Like, okay, just write this. Like, they go to real people who've known the terror of what it's like to be in that situation.
That's a fact. Shout out to HBO too, because if you're on one HBO show, most likely you're gonna be on another one, because they will recycle actors like a motherfucker. So they'll give you work.
Bodhi was in Oz.
Facts.
Lance Reddick was in Oz.
Facts.
Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. Lieutenant Daniels. Who else? Was Beecher in Oz? No, yes. Beecher was in Oz. But was he in the other show too?
I don't think he was on The Wire.
Yeah, but I think it was The Wire and Oz had the most. D'Angelo's mom. She was in The Wire. I mean, she was in Oz too. She was somebody.
I think who she played. You're gonna have me looking up shit. I'm gonna look up shit after the fact. But yeah, she probably crossed over from that to The Wire though. All right, real quick, honorable mentions. Oz was one of my honorable mentions. That's actually the one I took out for Def Comedy Jam. It was one of my favorite shows. But I think the five I named was actually better than Oz. So, but respectfully, Oz has got to get mentioned. HBO's Spawn animated series.
Oh yeah. I thought about that one, but I didn't put it down.
Bruh. Todd McFarlane went dumb on that shit. I was so mad when that's another show that got canceled too early. You never seen like the actual culmination of everything. Once that show got to I think the third season they ended it. It was either the third or second season, and I'm tired of HBO doing that shit. Deadwood. Like I said, I like period pieces. That was a cowboy show based around the city of Deadwood in I want to say not Oklahoma. It's somewhere in the Midwest. But what's his name? He died in a saloon there. That's what the famous card hand is. The dead man's hand, aces and eights. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but if y'all Google aces and eights and y'all can see like who was the famous gunslinger that died when because they had that in their hand. That's why it's a bad luck hand to have. And also
shitty fucking card hand. You can't do nothing with that.
Yeah, and he got shot in the back while he was playing that hand. So, and also another period piece, Boardwalk Empire.
I never watched that show. I heard it was good.
Nucky Thompson, my
man Williams in that, right?
Yeah, he was in that, and also my man's from Mr. Pink from Reservoir Dogs,
Steve Buscemi.
He was fantastic. He was also in
The Sopranos.
He was fantastic in Boardwalk Empire as Nucky Thompson. They had Arnold Rothstein. They had Lucky Luciano, Al Capone. They had all the. It was. They took what happened in real life history and created a story around it. So it's not like one of what happened in real life in history, but they took a lot of liberties just to create a good story. Probably one of the best gangster series out. Excuse me, not out, but that has been out. But like I said, all the shows that I named on my five was actually better than that. But I had to mention as an honorable mention because it is one of my favorite shows. I did not miss an episode. And that's it.
Deadwood takes place in South Dakota.
There we go. South Dakota. Thank you.
Wild West, Black Hills, South Dakota. I know they were getting, and it has Ian McShane, who is fucking Winston from the he runs the Continental in John Wick movies. That's where I seen that face before.
I thought when I first seen him, I thought that was Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh, that fucking guy. He just had a baby.
Wild Bill. That's who. Wild Bill Hickok. That's who died. He died instantly at the table, and he had aces and eights in his hand when he was shot in the back. He got killed in Deadwood.
Okay. Damn, these crossovers are wild, dude. Mayor Carcetti from The Wire was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It was Littlefinger. Edie Falco, everyone knows as Carmela Soprano.
Mm-hmm.
She was in, honorable mention, The Sopranos.
I didn't really like The Sopranos.
It was a decent show. She was a police officer, a CO in Oz.
Oh yeah, she was. You know why I stopped watching The Sopranos? Honestly, when Tony Soprano's mother died in real life, I really stopped watching the show.
Oh, the lady. Yeah. She really died.
I think she died after either the first or second season in real life, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Oh shit. Herc in The Wire was Vinny's cousin in Entourage. Remember he showed up and like took the car.
Oh yeah.
Out of jail. And he was in Boardwalk Empire. Oh, these crossovers are wild, man. Holy shit. All right. Damn.
Yeah, HBO keep you in work, bro. They'll make sure you work.
Dude, they have some great hey man, they put out, I know a lot of networks are trying to come up with their own shows. Netflix is probably, I put them number 2 with original programming. HBO is still the king right now because Netflix still tries to appeal to like a larger audience unless they end up buying some show from another country. Because like Squid Games, Netflix wasn't like that. That's not that nice Netflix type thing.
Squid Games became popular because of COVID. People were stuck in the house and needed shit to watch, and it just became viral, just like anything else.
Top 5 COVID watches.
Top 5 what?
COVID watches.
Yeah, we need to make that list next because there's a lot of shit that just got famous because of COVID.
Yeah, there are people that. Yeah, what are you watching? You'll sit there and watch a whole nothing's open. So you'll just order takeout or go to the market and just sit there and watch. We watched Tiger King in one day. We just got up. We didn't have to work. We didn't have to do anything. So I was like, I heard about this thing called Tiger King. They're like, okay, cool. I was like, throw it on.
Fucking Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. That bitch, Carol Baskin.
There's a lot of shit that became cool during COVID when, if you was out and about, you would not give that show a second glance, bro.
Nah.
At all.
But it was so I was him for Halloween one year too.
You was the Tiger King?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had the hat, I had the wig, I had a little white tiger that I had on my shoulder. I had the leg brace and the 6-shooter on my hip. And I would just yell about Carol Baskins at random times. I was getting into character.
Fucking Tourette's. So
that bitch. Look, and the thing is, that was 3 years ago. You still remember that lady who you've never given a shit about, who you've never seen, who you never met. You know her name, and you know she's a piece of shit. And she killed her husband too, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we gotta say that.
They said they found the body though. Finally, they said he was in the island somewhere chilling.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know. I got to do my Googles, but all right, that's the show, people. Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be back with another one soon. And the CEO.
The Fanatic 215.
All right. Who you got? Like, share, subscribe. Helps us out a lot. We appreciate y'all. God bless, man. Peace.
Peace.